Hey guys, and welcome to another reading vlog. You can probably tell I just woke up. The jet lag has been actually totally fine, but I think I slept in a little bit too much today, but it's only like 9 a.m. So I'm excited to be making some vlogs for my trip to the UK. It's just so nice to be in a climate that is not tropical and really humid. I do have some very dry lips and cuticles because I forgot to bring chapsticks, so I'll just go buy some later. But anyway, when I first started out my trip to London, I decided to visit some of my friends that live in Bath. Bath is about a 2-hour bus ride or a hour and 15-minute train ride to the west of London. It was really fun to go out there. We passed Chippenham, Swindon, some other like towns that I've heard of or have not heard of. Anyway, I had such a good time in Bath. I absolutely loved it. You'll see in the clips that I had like a jam-packed 24 hours. It was so lovely staying with my friends in their flat, walking around Bath. Bath is a city that was built by the Romans a long time ago, and they've preserved all of the architecture. You can't really change it or upgrade it, so it's definitely a touristy town, which I didn't even know when I decided to visit my friends. But it's also just really beautiful because all of the architecture is still preserved. Then on the second day, after my friend made a full English breakfast for us, we went to Castle Combe. So you'll see in some clips our walk that we did. It's such a small, quaint little town. We found some ponies and fed them, which was really fun. But then after I spent some time with my friends in Bath and the surrounding area, I am now in London. So I'm going to be in London this week for my friend's wedding, but I'm also working remotely, and I have some plays that I've lined up to go see. So it's just so nice being here in like the summer/fall because there's just so much bright sunlight, but it's not hot. It just really is so refreshing for someone that lives in Singapore. Okay, so here I am coming in at the end of this vlog. I hope you enjoyed the little snippets of Bath and Castle Combe that I showed. Some of my favorite spots in Bath include the Raven, which is this lovely, like, very British pub. We had meat pies there. I had a veggie pie, and we also grabbed drinks there the night that I arrived. I also love Mr. B's Book Emporium, which is a bookstore that I went to that you'll see in the clips. My reading has been really good. The flight from Singapore is 13 hours. And I haven't been loving watching films on flights. I just feel like it doesn't do the film justice. Well, I mean, having said that, I did watch 2 movies, which I really liked. I think I made really good picks, which normally I don't do. I saw a Belgian movie called Soft Leaves, which is about the experience of a young girl, and the child actor was so fantastic. And then I also saw The Ballad of Wallace Island with Carey Mulligan and a couple other actors, and that was also really sweet and really nice. But anyway, mostly on the plane I read. So I'm reading Blood and Silk, which is a nonfiction book about the history of Southeast Asia. I don't really love it. It's really giving like European white guy vibes in Asia, but it was recommended to me many years ago, and I think it's relevant for work. But I would really love to find a nonfiction book about the region that is more balanced and doesn't just really present the colonial perspective. I mean, obviously he's not saying the colonial perspective is good, but he himself is so entrenched in the colonial Western journalism perspective that it feels a little bit overbearing. But I read a good amount, and then I kind of like reached my limit, and I'll probably just continue later. I'm also reading This Is How to Win a Time War. This is How to Lose a Time War. I have to check out the name. This is a very highly recommended book by Book Talk and BookTube, and rightly so. It's so good. The writing is a bit flowery, but I think I'm fine with that. Like, I'll just reread sentences a few times. Like, I'm not rushing through it. It's basically an epistolary novel. For most of the novel is letters, but there's also some narrative description as well. And it's basically 2 perspectives of these 2 different like agents that are fighting a war to try and manipulate time so that they can create the future outcome that their backers want. So it's like 2 time agents, and then they fall in love. That's pretty good. I'm about halfway through it. I'm also reading Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit. I really am going to finish it on this trip. I've been reading it for so long, but I really wanted to read something that takes place in the UK while I'm in the UK. Evenings and Weekends would have been a better book to read because it takes place in London and it's about young people, but I already finished it, so it's not something that I'll read while I'm here, obviously. If you're interested, you can check out my video that should already be up on my thoughts for Evenings and Weekends by Oisin McKenna. And I feel like I'm reading other stuff. Oh, so at Mr. B's Emporium, I bought Audition by Katie Kitamura, which was longlisted for the Booker Prize, and I'm definitely going to read that. And then I also bought The South by Tash Ah, who's a Malaysian author that's also longlisted for the Booker Prize, but I think I'm going to gift that to my friend because I'm staying in his flat, which is so kind, and I will, leave it here for him. And then I have another book that I checked out from the library. It's Wanting by Claire Jia, who is a friend of a friend. I'm really excited to try it out. I think it tells the story of 2 girls, one who maybe they're both Chinese, but one moved away from China, and the other is still there. It's a debut novel, so I'm getting a little tired of reading debut novels. I think it's nice to read books from authors who like really have like some experience writing, but obviously I will support my friend, and I heard it's really good, so I'm very excited to read that. Okay, so I will keep you updated. I will have another vlog or maybe a couple of vlogs during my time here in London. Today I'm chill. I'm by myself after my jam-packed Bath visit. Today is Sunday. I'm just going to maybe like go to the park, do a grocery shop, and read, maybe edit this vlog. So I don't know if anyone has made it this far. I think most people click off of my videos after the first 15 seconds, but that's okay. You don't need to look at your analytics, and obviously I'm just doing this for myself and for fun. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll check you in the next one.